I did want to ask you one more thing because you mentioned there that talking about it really helps you. And often people say talking about stuff is the best way to, you're always encouraged to talk about things, but I think a lot of people, probably myself included, a lot of people wouldn't want to talk about it and wouldn't talk about it. Why do you think you're different in that regard? What made you realize that you needed to talk about it to help you?
I had no other way to release this. In my younger days, I was a radio and television communications major, wound up in the insurance business, but I had been a DJ early on.
Not in McDonald's.
Not in McDonald's. Man, but I was a DJ during the disco era. That all aged me totally, okay? And enjoyed it and had a ball. Thought that was going to be my future. So the point of this being that there was always a gift of gab available to me. And so it is my skill. And so I thought that that's what I needed to do, was use my skill. I happened to have a chance to be on Oprah Winfrey 10 days after the event. Remember, I was living in Chicago at the time. So I was easy fodder. She found out about me. Dr. Phil was a regular on her show at that time. And he said something to me that day that I have never forgotten. He said, Joe, this thing's going to stick around for the rest of your life. It's like your shadow. It's going to go with you wherever you go. But you got to manage it. And then he kind of emphasized that you need to manage it. So that's what this is doing for me. You're right. Survivors are a funny lot. A lot of survivors don't want to think about it. They want to put it in a compartment in their brain, way in the back. My father-in-law, God bless his soul, survivor of the Battle of the Bulge, heavily decorated from the U.S. Army, never talked about that until his 80th birthday. I mean, they want to make it go away.
Yeah.
7 people came out of that room with me, 7 of us in total. So 6 other people came out of that room with me on 9/11. Not one of the other 6 talk about it. Don't want to talk about it. Don't like to talk about it. My one friend says to me all the time, you do all the talking, keep doing it. And he means it as a joke, but I think he also means it somewhat seriously too. And it's just interesting that some people can deal and some people can't deal. But I'm dead serious when I tell you that by doing this, this is what keeps me even keeled. I don't think I would have survived this psychologically had I not been able to do this.
And I think I noticed on your arm when you were talking earlier, have you got 9/11 tattooed on your arm?
You see that pin?
Yeah. It's the same design, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I noticed it while you were talking.
Mm-hmm. I'm not a tattoo guy. My middle daughter, I have 3 daughters and a son, and my middle daughter is the tattooed lady. She's got more tattoos than anybody I know. And when we were visiting her in her home in Phoenix several years after the event, she said, can we stop at this tattoo parlor because I got to talk to the guy that's going to do my latest upgrade. Fine. My wife and I and my youngest daughter and her, we walk into this place, blah, blah, blah. I'm looking at all the designs. My wife is actually saying, oh, look at this, all these patriotic designs. Maybe you look, I'm not getting a tattoo. The guy who does the tattoos for Kristen looks at me and he said, hey, she just told me your story, man. I said, yeah? It's pretty unbelievable. He said, you need to get something to mark this. I said, nah, I'm not a tattoo person. He looked at my pin. He said, I can do that. He said, I can put it in a place where it's only going to mean something to you. And he took my left wrist and he said, how about we put it there? He said, because I want you to know, I'm a former Marine. I get this. I get the whole thing. I was over in Afghanistan. He said, put it in a place where you can see it, so it'd be the reminder for you. And he says, and then when you, cross your heart for the Pledge of Allegiance or the national anthem or whatever. And I said, yeah, but dude, you don't do it with your left hand. You're a Marine. You know better than that. And he goes, oh, God. Yeah, right here. And there it is. And that's how it came to be. Nicest guy in all the world. Kept refusing to take my money. I finally paid him, but